Khamzat is next.
Can beat him.
How so?
I can beat Khamzat.
But I was so ready for everything he had.
Known for being one of the UFC's most vocal trash talkers, Dricus Du Plessis never holds back. Just before any fight, he makes sure to get under his opponent's skin. Trash talk, taunts, and bold predictions are all part of his playbook. But unlike many fighters, Dricus pushes it even further. As someone with big aspirations, he made it clear to the world that he considers himself the greatest in the middleweight division, declaring himself the GOAT and calling out Khamzat Chimaev to prove it.
Khamzat's first.
Khamzat's first?
Khamzat's first. I want to be the greatest to ever do this. But Khamzat's next. Khamzat is next. I want to make sure that this belt, the middleweight title, that there's no question that I'm the GOAT.
In one of his recent interviews, Dricus expressed a desire for Khamzat to try and take him down, questioning whether Khamzat would even be able to keep him on the mat if he tried.
Is Khamzat going to be able to take me down? Absolutely. Absolutely, he'll be able to take me down. This is how a fight works. I would hope so. Isn't he like some Swedish champion or something? I would hope he could take me down. But then he has to deal with me on the ground, and he has to keep me there.
Dricus didn't stop there. He claimed he'd not only take Khamzat down but also control him on the ground. He pointed out how Khamzat tends to dominate early rounds but loses stamina as the fight drags into later rounds, especially the third.
Can I take Khamzat down? Absolutely. Am I going to take Khamzat down? Absolutely. And then we're entering an area that he doesn't know. He got taken down by Gilbert Burns. He got taken down by Usman. We've seen him being as dominant as anybody can be in the first round. We've seen him being as exhausted as anybody can be in the third round. This is a 5-round.
Dricus went on to dare Khamzat to bring his full force in the first round, just like he usually does. If it turned into a wrestling match, Dricus said he'd play along in round 1, but by round 2, the fight would shift to his terms.
In your first round, I am going to meet you in the middle and we are going to wrestle. We can wrestle that first round, the whole first round. And then we come out in that second round and we'll see what we feel like. And we can wrestle you have around a minute left in that second round, and then we're going to fight my fight. Then we're going to wrestle on my terms, and then we're going to strike on my terms. That's what I think. I think everybody has been moving backwards, trying to evade that takedown. No.
While Dricus boldly calls out Khamzat, others, including fighters like Sean Strickland, openly back him. Sean praised Dricus' strength and his upset win over Israel Adesanya, despite Israel dominating most of the fight, highlighting just how unpredictable Dricus can be.
DDP versus Khamzat. What is that, like 2-3 weeks? Like,
yeah.
Holy. I just actually watched DDP versus Israel this morning before practice. And dude, Izzy was looking so good in that fight. Like, I remember watching it and thinking, like, I only had rewatched it just this one time, but watching it live, I remember thinking like Izzy looked good, and I kind of, for the most part, dominating the fight. And then that fourth round just kind of got hit up top on the head and just, went downhill real fast from there. But God, Izzy was looking good in that fight. So I'd like to see Izzy come back. Izzy versus Sean 2 would be sweet. But yeah, Khamzat versus DDP is very exciting for me right now.
Even Israel Adesanya himself admitted that Dricus, despite being stubborn, does what works for him. Israel expressed his respect for Dricus and even said he'd be open to a rematch, showing that Dricus has earned his place at the top.
I think Khamzat with DDP would be next.
How do you see that fight? DDP, like the last skip by now at 185 pounds, it's different, man. When he beat Robert Whittaker, I'm never going to contest it out again. He does a crazy as
He's just stubborn. It's even funny to watch. I give him all the respect. He's so good at what he does. I've said, what did I say before? Like, he's the best fighter in the world. Can't wait till I fight again just because there's some things I want to try.
At the same time, Khamzat hasn't been silent. He responded by asserting that if Dricus thinks he's the best, he'll have to prove it. Ahead of their UFC 319 showdown, Khamzat warned him in a video to be ready and not to back down.
Now it's my time. Yeah, don't run too much. Let's wait, man.
Despite Khamzat's known abilities, many MMA analysts continue to be impressed by Dricus' skills. Gilbert Burns described him as a nightmare and predicted that the fight could very well end with Dricus standing victorious inside the cage.
I trained with Dricus a lot. Dricus is actually a very, very good fighter. Crazy cardio, very physically strong. He's a very hard fight to predict, I think Chimaev is going to start very strong like he always do. I do believe Dricus can kind of slow him down, don't get submitted, relax a little bit. But I do believe Dricus, if he get past that first round, I think that's the hardest part. What I think he will do, I think he's gonna pass, and then he's gonna be a nightmare for Chimaev. I think Dricus is a monster, hits very hard, doesn't break, good gas tank. I do believe Dricus is gonna beat Chimaev and remain the champion.
Dricus has said he's not afraid of Khamzat or his wrestling. Unlike others who avoid ground combat with him, Dricus plans to go wherever the fight leads and believes that no matter the direction, he'll come out on top.
I'm not scared of Khamzat wrestling. I'm not evading. I'm not trying to stay off the ground with Khamzat. That's the mistake everybody makes. I'm going to fight Khamzat wherever the fight goes. The same as this fight, the same as any other fight. This is MMA. As soon as you go in your mind and think, I don't want to fight this guy stand up. I don't want to go to the ground with this guy. I mean, look at Izzy. That fight, the obvious way to fight Izzy is, and I knew I could take him down. I'm strong enough and I knew I had it. And I did take him down. I ultimately finished the fight there, but 90% of that fight was fought stand-up.
While Dricus makes headlines with bold claims, Khamzat is grinding through one of his toughest training camps to date. Brendan Schaub, who visited the camp, described the environment as extremely intense.
I come to Jackson, to do the media stuff like that, and Khamzat has his camp here, and, Armin's here. If I had to describe it in one single word, it'd be intense. It's just their focus. I think maybe this is how they've always done camp.
Brendan added that during his own fight camps, the mood was always kept light, even during heavy training. But Khamzat's camp was different, serious, focused, and filled with top-tier sparring partners who brought elite wrestling and grappling skills. It's easy to see why Khamzat is viewed as a top contender.
For my camp, it was serious, especially when you're like 2-3 weeks out. It was serious, but you still wanted a playful kind of vibe, energy where it's not so serious. They don't have that. Like, it's so intense, it's so serious. And he brings in these absolute killers that specialize in wrestling and jiu-jitsu and grappling, and he just has these monsters. You can see why he's one of the best in the world. It's just really intense. That's the best way to put it. It's
Rampage Jackson, who's been following Khamzat's journey closely, said that the drive Khamzat shows comes from his desire to be the best in the world. His energy and commitment reflect the belief of those who support him.
Team, and just get a deeper dive into what motivates them. And Khamzat's motivated by being the best in the world. That's it. He wants to bring the belt back home. He wants to show everybody who believed in him, his family, his friends, his team, his coaches, everything they thought is real. Khamzat's a real dog. That dude wants to go out there and kill.
Even watching Khamzat's training videos gives fans a glimpse into the insane intensity of his regimen, from cardio to strength training and grappling. Anyone who sees it in person is often left stunned.
Hey! Here you go! Come on! Let's go! Fast one, come on, let's go! Let's go! That's it! 10 seconds left! Come on here, come on, get back up, get back up! Push! 5 seconds! Yes!
After his victory over Robert Whittaker, Khamzat was asked about his thoughts on facing Dricus. In response, he joked that Dricus had already lost to Whittaker, and the world saw what Khamzat did to him.
Your thoughts on Dricus as a champion, his run so far, and what do you make of his grappling?
What do you think, guys? How I done with this guy, Rob? How he done? Rob took him down, so if Rob took him down, so there is salam alaikum.
Before their bout was even made official, Khamzat referred to Dricus as a lesser version of himself, claiming that he's currently at his peak and has everything it takes to dominate in the octagon.
Это он сейчас, его пик идет вперед, базует. Он, можно сказать, плохая версия меня, но сейчас вернусь, сниму его. Для меня он намного удобнее, чем другие бойцы. Если взять все на Стрикленда, он хорошо встает. А этот сам что-то такой борец, по физике борется. У нас техника, его борьбу, контрборьбу ему сделать, повалить его, удержать его. И он сам знает это, поэтому про меня молчит.
Dricus, however, argued that while Khamzat is undoubtedly talented, he hasn't really faced many top-tier opponents outside of Whittaker. He noted that this fight won't just be about grappling, it will require a full MMA skill set, something Dricus believes he has mastered. He also took a jab at Khamzat for failing to claim the welterweight title before moving up to middleweight.
Khamzat is an incredible fighter. Nobody has been able to beat him, but he hasn't fought anybody of note other than Robert Whittaker. That is it. This is not a grappling competition. I am not the best grappler or wrestler or striker. When we mix it all up, I am. That's why I have this. He couldn't even get a title at welterweight. Now he wants to come to middleweight. Great, let's go.
Despite his criticisms, Dricus acknowledged Khamzat's wrestling prowess. But he added that when facing someone like Khamzat, avoiding engagement isn't the answer. Instead, Dricus intends to go all in and fight aggressively.
It's easier said than done. The man is incredibly good, especially in those wrestling grappling exchanges. But you can't go out there fighting him and thinking, I don't want to be there.
If Khamzat's training is intense, Dricus is no slouch either. His videos show a raw, unrefined style combined with sheer power and stamina that makes him incredibly dangerous. In fact, his training has been so extreme that it shocks even veteran fighters. One coach reportedly used a taser during sessions to keep him focused and sharp. That kind of mental and physical toughness explains why Dricus is so resilient in the cage. Both fighters have openly challenged each other, giving fans plenty to talk about even before the official fight date. With so much tension and hype building, the big question remains, who will come out on top? Let us know what you think in the comments. Is Dricus as dominant as he claims, or will Khamzat silence the doubters early on? Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. See you in the next one.